think we're on. Hi, parents. How are you?
Hello.
Okay, we wanted to send another quick video. We're back from Christmas and trying to survive. First thing we wanted to share with you is something that we have talked to the kids about for the last 2 weeks, and that is about expectations for this next third 9-week section. And it is all about quality of work and really applying all strategies to their work. I'm calling it front loading. The kids should know that terminology. But quality of handwriting. We are done with racing through assignments and turning in sloppy, inappropriate work. We are holding their feet to the fire for handwriting, quality, sentence structure, grammar, punctuation, every bit of it.
Yeah, and they will have points taken off because it's not fair for us to grade papers where we have to spend additional time trying to figure out what is being said.
We are not decoders.
We are doing a rubric for the assignments, and part of the rubric is legible and organization and handwriting.
Right.
It's very important.
So they know. Okay. All right. Next, we have a little blurb about our 9-week party that we do at the end of every 9 weeks. Who's doing that one?
The first 9 weeks we was
First 2 9 weeks. Right?
yes, the first 2 9 weeks was expecting at least 90% of behavior, but new year, new life. Then we expecting at least 93% of behavior.
These are dojo
responsibility,
points.
organization is in dojo points.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody knows, if you are not registered to dojo, because I saw some of the classes, we have still parents that didn't register. You see, if you want to see how many dojos your child is getting, bad behavior
or losing,
losing dojos.
Yeah.
Behavior when they lose the left the iPad at home, or
no earbuds,
or things like that.
Right.
Please, talk to your child about
right.
dojo points.
So the expectations are going up. So for the third 9 weeks, your child has to have 93% positive points, and for the fourth 9 weeks, the end of the school year, they will have to have 95% positive points to be in the 9-week party. Otherwise, they sit in the sad room. Not good. Okay, iPad controls.
Oh, that's me.
Miss Barr.
We're going to attach this document to you. Ms. Darrington attach it to you and send it to you. It's just there's a site down here that you can go to. If you want to keep your kid from being able to upload any apps, you can do that. You can put the parental controls on that. There's just a way. It's information for you to help your child be safe on the internet. That's what this is. But we'll attach it and send it to you.
Okay. Jump rope for heart. That started. That's a big not activity, but kind of making the kids aware of health and having a healthy heart. So it's a fundraiser, I believe, for our school, and papers went home today. So please be on the lookout for those. Jump rope for heart. I think the title actually changed.
It did.
So it's not Jump Rope for Heart. I'm not sure what, but it's the papers that went home today. Okay?
It did change, though.
Yeah, Spanish.
So again, in addition to legibility, organization, and handwriting, in Ms. Sandoval's and I's class, which are the Spanish classrooms, we are upping the rigor. They have to change their brains to Spanish, because if they're always thinking in English, then it's just slowing everything down. So they know that we speak both languages, and so sometimes they get lazy and they just want to speak in English, and that's not the purpose of the SIP program. So they really, really, really have to come in wearing their Spanish hats and just plowing down.
And it's kind of a habit. In both classes, she's doing a guided math, guided science, guided reading. In Spanish, we don't have, at this level, we don't have too much guided reading books to send home, but we request that they have to at least take 2 books in English, 1 book in Spanish to read. The most that they read in Spanish, the most vocabulary they get in. And we see it. The highest kids in Spanish is because they read constantly. Read. And also...
Or speak. Speaking, that's another component of language. So it's important. That way they can increase their vocabulary and their fluency and their expression, and all things are important in any language. So
keep going.
we ask that you be help us in
Supportive.
supporting that,
Yeah.
because they're really truly amazing. I mean, everybody. We've had so many guests walk through over the last month, and people are they're just floored when they come into the classrooms and they see them speaking and interacting, and it's just really cool. So
Last part we want to talk about is Google Classroom. Just again, making sure that we are pushing them to stay on top of assignments. We've noticed the second 9 weeks, a lot of things got pushed to the end, and we're all kind of going as fast as we can to get things turned in, and we don't want the kids waiting till the 11th hour. So please make sure your child is checking their Google Classroom. They have a to-do list. You can ask them if they can show it to you, but it's not your responsibility, moms and dads. We want them to be responsible and checking that agenda planner. They need to check.
ownership, yeah.
So just have them bring it to you and have them show you.
And Google Classroom doesn't mean that the assignment, they have to do assignments in the iPad all the time. No, it's paper and pencil, but when we're talking about Google Classroom, is that most of the time they have to have a proof, which is a picture or
and
is
then they
download
upload.
something, in Google Classroom. That is not that every single assignment is in Google Classroom. It's just picture or proof for
Right.
us to grade that they are working in that.
Yeah, real quick. For example, we had science vocabulary on the water cycle. The kids had to do it in their science spiral and take a picture and upload the picture. So it was all done paper and pencil. So anyway, I think that's it almost.
Well, and
right?
just the last thing on the Google Classroom is, like Ms. Turing said, there are due dates on there, and so if it's late, and even if they get it in by the end of the 9 weeks, they get docked off points if they turn it in late. So that's just an important thing for you guys to. We've told the kids for them to stay on top of it. If there's a due date, there's a reason that there's a due date, right? Because they have to turn it in a timely fashion so that we can grade it in a timely fashion. Because this last 9 weeks, and I just have to say, there were so many people that turned in papers late, and we were very generous about knocking off points. But it was a beatdown for us to have to grade papers right at the very end, do report cards and comments. So we ask that if they can stay on top of that, that would really be.
And then the first 9
Ideal.
weeks, a lot of time I didn't put a due date, just for giving the opportunity to them.
They're getting used to it.
Yeah. But again, new year, new life, we start to put
Yeah.
a due date for everything.
Due dates are there because we know what they need to have for 5th grade. So, right? All right, that's it.
Anything else?
All right. So parents have a wonderful 3-day weekend.
Yay!
We will. Thank you.